I think the hours per week for me really varied depending on the class, and it also actually varied depending on which study group I ended up with. And I was one of the people that switched multiple times. But one group I was with tended to do a lot of the work more individually, and then would either do conference call or meet together just for an hour to go over the answers and make sure everyone was on board. So there, on that side, work was more individual. I did it a couple hours beforehand. We meet for an hour, and that was it. On other groups, you tended to, everyone did the work, but everyone got together for extended periods of time to make sure that we reviewed everything, study together for exams, go over papers, and make sure all the edits. So in that, it's just a different style. I'm not going to say good or bad either way, because it was a completely different experience and for different classes, and so each style was fitting for the type of class it was in. But in those classes, I'd say probably more like 8 hours a week per class. So
I would have to say a little bit more for me, but then again, I've been out of school for a while and I had to pick up the pace. But I probably spend about 20 to 30 hours a week, and I'm including commute time because in LA that is
I didn't count that.
Important. But I felt that I got definitely more hours back than just the 20 to 30 hours. And looking back, I wondered, how did I do it? But while you're in the line at the post office, and for that 10 minutes, you can, believe it or not, read a chapter in one of your classes. And as Nita said, it really does come down to the collaborative environment, because having a great group of people to work with really cuts down the hours and increases the learning.
Yeah, I think I had heard sort of 20 hours was a rule of thumb, and I think for me it was real flexible. There were some weeks that went by that I might have just put in a couple hours in addition to class time, but others where I put in 20, 30 hours. I think that's the nice thing about working in teams all the time. There were times, like in an investment class, given that I have an investment management background, that I could contribute a lot more, and maybe in other classes, or when I was really busy, the team would kind of pick up my slack. I had great team members, so it definitely varies, and I think everybody's going to be busy every once in a while, but as long as you sort of pull your weight and respect your team members and respect everybody's efforts, you'll get through it.
We wanted to just highlight, of the three of us, Howard has had 2 children during the last 3 years, just to let you know how flexible the program is.
And one of them was finals week of first quarter of first year.
And I've changed companies while in the program, and Nita has traveled the world while in the program. So it's definitely very flexible with whatever you want to do during the 3 years.